What's up, losers? Sorry, guys. It's been a roughly. I was going to say a week. Then it would be a week on Thursday since I went to see Limp Bizkit. Hello, welcome back to the DME podcast for episode 3 of season 2, and this one is a concert review for Limp Bizkit. Now, what a show this was. What a show. Yeah. Sometimes I'm quite speechless that I went to go see him because for such a short time on stage, for such a short set that they did, it blew my mind and left me speechless, as I've just said. Because, not gonna lie, I'm surprised I got to the barrier on the left hand side, just in front of Wes Borland. And yeah, that's just it feels kind of weird doing this one. Just based on the reason that it was such a great concert, but also a weird one at the same time because you had four supports. So on Thursday night, on the 13th of March, I went to go see Limp Bizkit at the BP Pulse Live Arena in Birmingham, and it was the second day. Sorry, no, it was the second day of the UK tour. If you count Ireland, it was the third date. So he's been playing. They've been playing. They played at the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland. Then they played at the Three Arena in Dublin. Came back to the UK to play Birmingham. Then 2 days later, they played Manchester's AO Arena. Then they played on Sunday night, on a Sunday at the Wembley Arena, and that was their final show of the UK and Irish leg. They are playing in Hamburg at the Barclays Arena in Germany on Wednesday. So this show it had a bit of everything if you think about it, because it had a bit of rapping, it had a bit of rock, it had a bit of dance, it had everything. So got to the arena, started light drizzle. Whilst I was surprised when I got there, I was like, "There's actually a load of people outside already." And we're normally like the first 10, 20 people there. I was roughly, I think, 57 in the queue because I remember it was on my hand. So the BP Pulse Live Arena, I think I might have said this before, but when you go early, like around 2, 3 o'clock ish, or maybe a little later, like an hour and a half before the doors open, if you are obviously outside the arena, they will number you. And it works so well. They started doing it around when I went to see Tenacious D, roughly this time last year. They might have been doing it a little bit before that, but I think they actually do it at the Utility Arena, the other arena in Birmingham, if I remember correctly. Then they think they did that. If I remember, I think it was for Fall Out Boy maybe, or Paramore, whichever one it was. But anyway, where were we? Sorry, almost lost where I was. So they number you, and then you can sort of go away. I don't have to come back until the doors actually open. So, and sometimes they do change when doors are open. I think we were outside for another half hour. than what was originally on the ticket. Um, because at the BP Pulse Live they have the main doors to the arena, and then they have the foyer where you grab a drink, grab some food, grab some merch, and then you go down the two tunnels to either down the tunnels to the blocks to get to your seats or to the standing area. And then so they line you up in those tunnels, obviously in number order, and sometimes it can be quite a kerfuffle, but also fun at the same time. And then they get you walking down. If I remember for Biffy Clyro, that's when they were doing it as well. Yeah, they were doing it for Biffy. It was a long time, really long time. We were waiting in that tunnel. I think we were waiting there for about an hour. They opened the doors, and normally they open the foyer those doors, and then it's like an hour before we all go down, or before they open the arena itself up to go to your seat or to get drinks. And yeah, it was a really long time for Biffy because they were still doing the soundtrack when we got inside the arena, inside the foyer. You could hear it. So for Limp Bizkit, it actually went pretty smoothly. We were in the queue for not a long time at all, and they had 2 hours of support. So they had 4 support acts, half hour each. No running, no. And speaking to this lovely girl, her husband purchased the ticket for her, and I was like, you not into this kind of music?" And he's like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, bloody hell, fair enough." Not everyone's cup of tea. So, to be honest, I forgot to say goodbye to her, because she actually, as soon as we, oh no, yeah, I remember she had 56, and then she pulled out her loop earrings, not loop earrings, loop. Oh, they're just called loop. Oh, sorry, loop earplugs. And I asked her, "Oh, are they any good?" And she was like, "Yeah, they're really good." Because obviously the amount of concerts I go to, I've been needing some ear protection. Um, and obviously they've slowly become, in the last year or so, they've slowly become like an accessory item to gigs. These kind of ear plugs, that have like a little cool design or whatever to them, and so they don't look like sponges, as it were. Because I remember my mum, she would work nights, but because she would wake up from like the really smallest of sounds, she would wear earplugs while she slept through the day because of the nights, well, the twilights as we used to call them. Because she would work from like 9, 10 p.m. till about 6, 7 a.m. in the morning when I was young, and she still does that, but it's kind of weird. She does it from home now, which is so weird. Um, so yeah, she showed them me, and she was like, "Yeah, they don't really mess with the sound. I just put them in, but the problem is, if I want someone to talk to me that's next to me, I can't hear them whatsoever." So she was like, "Okay, yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I've been meaning to get some because I go to a lot of gigs," and I said, I think I might have said this in the Yumi at Six podcast, the previous episode I did, when the support were on, we were right opposite the speaker, and because obviously it's a smaller place, where sound is not going to travel very far, and it's going to bounce off the walls a lot quicker. Your ears are gonna get damaged more and more by going to the smaller places. And with me being right at the barrier, and like probably maybe a meter away from us, no, not a meter away, probably a lot, probably about maybe a meter or two away from the speaker. Yeah, your ears are going to get damaged, especially when the supports are playing and it's just ringing and ringing. So so it obviously put a lot of faith in me to buy some, seeing as obviously a proper concert goer is saying their praises. So I was like, which ones did you get? And I got, they're called Loop, and I was like, okay, I'll go get some. I'll grab some, and I did, and yeah. So I'll be wearing them for tomorrow's gig. For the Wombats actually. I'm filming this on the morning of when I go see the Wombats on the 18th of March. But yeah, fingers crossed they'll be good. If not, I probably will just have to. Well, there's other brands available. I think there's a few more available that look kind of better, I would say, than this. But these look pretty cool. They look like Cheerios. I don't know why they look like Cheerios. Don't ask. So let's talk about. Got there to the side of the stage, and to be honest, time went by really quickly, especially in between sets. As I said, there was. Hang on, let me get a photo up of, because time might have been okay. So what's that time? That's the first band. So that's 7:15, and we're just at the first band already. And that was when they came on. Yeah, 7:15, because it was maybe 10, 15 minutes per set. Well, before they came on stage, obviously, as I introed the episode, what's up, losers? Welcome to Loserville. And it's like a pantomime kind of thing. I can't remember the name of the person, but obviously he was an actor. And obviously he was just a little light entertainment and a bit of banter and whatever between him and the audience, to kind of, oh, do you want to have me on or on stage, or do you want the next band? Blah blah blah. The kind of pantomime, but sort of Americanized a bit. And it was so weird. I was like, oh my good God. And then obviously he was like, there was like, nonce, no, like, mm. We were shouting things at him, and like, I think a couple of words like nonce, pedo, and yeah, there was just a load of things going on. And it was actually pretty fun because he got inside the crowd, and he got actually after the first band came on, he was in on where people were sitting, and we were like, where is he? Because he's talking through the mic, and we're like, where is the person? And I mean, to be honest, it's kind of a smart way to get people into the show, and it gets you kind of anticipate. It makes it the waiting hot, like, not worse, but kind of easier, because it's like, oh, there's someone on stage to try and entertain us, but also kind of make him hate us, make him hate him. So yeah, it was great. John Carnage, that was the name. Hang on, let me have a Google. Let me have a Google. John Carnage. It might just be an. No, he actually no. He actually is that actually him? Oh, holy crap! I was gonna say, it sounds like a wrestling name. There's no way. His ex profile looks. Oh, it did look a bit like him, but it wasn't. Oh no no no! It is him. It looks quite different there. There's a Limp Biscuit thing here. Brilliant. Oh, there's videos on YouTube. He was the host of Loserville. Oh, it was hilarious. So, yeah, all good. So first band come on. First band came on not long after we we got to the barrier. Really, the band were called Karen Rio. I presume, obviously, the band were from Rio because the lead singer had a Brazilian top on, and Karen. No, sorry, not Karen Rio. Karen Dio. Ah, sorry. I don't know why I thought it was Karen Rio for a second. Karen Dio. It's because I was too busy focusing on like the top. I think I was like, oh, she must be from Rio de Janeiro. I'm guessing Karen Dio is like a play on Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio. So there were a three-piece on stage. Uh, it's mainly her, I think. She's like the face of the band, I would say. She's on her Instagram. She's your favorite Brazilian punk rocker, and she's thinking for with Hopeless Records, which is pretty decent. I'll have to actually have a follow. Actually, oh, that's another band that were on stage, but were support that I will talk about later. Um, really short songs, and that, and yeah, really fun to listen to be honest. And as a matter of fact, she's actually on the download. Um, what is it called? Lineup. That's the one. So go check her out. If it's like I can't put my words on like her type style, but it's punk rock. Obviously, it it's got the type of like that Australian punk rock band called Amel and the Sniffers. Emil or whatever you call her. I can't. Emil. Well, Amy with an L. I think it's called Emily. Emily, is it? Emily? I don't know. Emily and the Sniffers. That's what it was like, but I would say a lot better. Not like it was a little, I think a little bit cleaner in that department. Like it felt, well, the music felt cleaner. If you kind of get where I'm coming from with that, where it wasn't really like if you go listen to Amon on the Sniffers and Karen Rio Dio, sorry, I'm gonna keep calling it Karen Dio. Then you'll kind of get where I'm coming from. I'd say it sounds cleaner. Maybe that's just because it's live. Maybe I don't know. But and to be fair, Emily and the Sniffers. I'm butchering this name. I'm sorry. Um, they were in a stadium, so it might have sounded a little differently to than an arena. So that was Cameron Dio. I don't have a set list for her because obviously, yeah. Although actually, she's on the thingy for the 13th of March. All set lists that's at this venue. So the next well, John Carnage went and did his thing in the crowd, and he was like, there was like up the villas, and yeah, because obviously with it being in Birmingham, so yeah, really fun. And oh, it was the Aussie, 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 oi, 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 Aussie, oi, Aussie, oi. Ozzy, 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 I. That whole vibe, it was great. And he was like, "Oh crap, you're good at this. You're better than me." The guy was so that was actually pretty fun because he was actually trying to get a bit of crowd participation, which was great. Um, so Karen Dio was awesome. Then honestly, I don't know how to describe this music. Um, but well, according to Google or Wikipedia, the person is an artist who defies comparisons, quite literally. But he was given a vibe of have you ever, this is probably years ago, but you probably have seen it. It was a guy probably doing some weird performance on stage with a thing tied whilst half naked, tied with a pole around his crotch area with like a with something in front of him, and he was doing like thrusts and the pole is like banging on the metal. You might have seen it as a bald dude, and it was giving that vibe. I don't know why it was giving that vibe, but well, he's originally from Tucson, Arizona. His minimal wave synth punk sound is not about nostalgic lo-fi nor home record formulas, but his own distinctive style. The result is sound of a rapid-fire synth pop moshing. To be honest, that probably is what's best to describe it. I'd say. He's called No Face. I can't remember because he spelt it as N8 No Face in all caps. N8 No Face. He might be called Nathan if I'm not mistaken. Oh that's his. He actually has a. Damn, that's that's his about. Oh, and so he obviously had half hour as well. You could tell because when where I was standing, you could see there was something on the side of the stage on the left hand side of the stage with a like a timer on it. So I was like, oh, that's like the clock, obviously, to tell them, right, you've got this amount of time, otherwise you will kick you off stage. So and then before he finished, he's like, this is so crazy for me, blah blah blah. You know, uh, I tell what's happened in my life through music, and I used to be on like crystal meth or whatever he said he was on, and I've been 4 years clean now. Thanks to what I'm doing, and it means a lot that you've come out and not just you know not to see Limp Bizkit, but had the time to listen to us, to me, because he was just him on his own with obviously like a little synth deck and stuff. Hit on his website, obviously, I already said about the other bits. His damaged pop music tells a story from the underbelly of Tucson and Los Angeles, from narcos and drug deals and okay, oh sorry, so carjackings that going horribly wrong, to toxic relationships, to stories of police brutality and people too concerned with surviving in America to give an F who the president is. Okay, fair enough. Um, so yeah, that's his. I think his name was Nathan, like his actual name. Um, oh, he's got a nice little record, nice little orange LP. Might might try and get that. Give the guy some support, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, go listen to it. What does Apple say about him actually, seeing as I've been able to get a oh, as I typed in N8, it actually came up. That's pretty good. So that record was in 2024. Holy moly. It's got a load of albums. There's nothing to say on Apple Music. But yeah. To be honest, I didn't not like it, or I did not enjoy it. It was a bit 50-50, and I was like, yeah, this isn't really for me, but at the same time it's like oh, that's what he was also giving me vibes on. You know that guy with the mustache that goes, oh, like loops his voice and has like a little dance beat track on it. It's like, oh, what's his name? That is looks exactly like him, but with hair. um, it's probably not going to come to me, but you've probably seen his TikToks or his Instagram reels. Your boss, oh what? I think it was like your boss tells you you're late to work. I don't give a and it's like, oh, what's it? Oh, it became a meme if I'm not mistaken. Um, it became a meme. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? No, I don't think I'll be able to find it. That's a bit annoying. Oh, sorry. If you heard that, oh, you'll probably hear that as well. No, that's all right. That's all right. I've muted it. I'm just trying to flick through Instagram to see if it's here, but I don't think it is. Like, I can't find where it is. Mark Rebel It, where he goes like, F your boss, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Oh, this content may be inappropriate for some users. You're late to work. Who gives a fuck? That's what he was giving me vibes on. You boss, I'm late. That might not have come through on the mic, but that's who it is. He did his clip went viral. Oh, um, where he's in. Oh, the girls' club. This one. That one. Oh, where is it? It kind of went viral. I can't remember which one it was. But that's the vibes it was giving me. So hopefully that doesn't get flagged when I publish this. I only used a few seconds, to be fair. So, which you are allowed if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it won't get flagged because I'm not earning money from this yet. So I won't get, what's the word, demonetized. I don't earn money. I don't get monetization from it yet. So that was the no face guy, net face guy. So we're pretty much an hour in, and then oh, what was the other guy's name? Because they had, oh, excuse me. I just sneezed. There's going to be a lot more of that. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze again. False alarm, we're good. Riff Raff, that was the other guy's name, or the peep's name. So we've had a punk rock band. We've had a synth guy, synth punk guy. I'm going to sneeze again. No. If you're going to sneeze, buddy, sneeze. Jesus. I hate that. You know when you're like getting ready for a sneeze and then you like lift your head up and go, I'm trying to not sneeze. Oh. Never mind. Turns into a yawn. Great. So, oh man. And then, god damn. John Cornish comes back on after Mr. Nate No Face. We've got Eka Van Dam. Now, I immediately was like, oh crap, these are good. They were, I'd say, alternative. But they sounded a bit like, not, sorry, punk rock? No, not punk rock. They sounded a bit like, it was a mix between Nova Twins, Bad Omens, and Bring Me the Horizon. That's the vibe I was getting from it. Oh, excuse me. And holy crap, it was good. I can't remember. You had her, guy on drums, guy on guitar. I think it was a three-piece. So Eka Vandal is a South African-born Australian singer and rapper, currently living in Melbourne. To date, Vandal has released one studio album called Eka Vandal. Eka Vandal, if you want to go all technical. And yeah, it sounded great. I think she's got a very like an appealing, like, what's the word without offending people? I think she's got like a good sex appeal type of thing going on. You can tell she can use that to maybe get people into the music because, I mean, to be honest, she did look gorgeous. But to be honest, like, her voice and her singing was awesome. And the guys playing the drums and guitar were cracking as well. But yeah, I would totally recommend listening to them because I think they're real sick, real cool. Go sign up on a website. So Karen Rio and Eka Vandel, I would totally recommend, and we're probably, I would say, in the same type of category as each other. But yeah. Drummer, bassist. Was there a guitarist? Oh no, she was on guitar if I remember. But yeah, yeah. I would totally recommend her. Good voice. Breath of fresh air, to be honest. Also, I'd say, well, actually, no. Even though it feels like she's a breath of fresh air, but also at the same time, she's, like I said, like, like persona, not a persona. What's her image and stuff feels like it's been done before. You know what I mean, like with Nova Twins and stuff. But it feels different, and the music's, I would say, just a tiny bit better. I don't know, but yeah. need to listen to her more a little bit more because it'd be pretty sick. Oh, excuse me. So you had her on, which, to be honest, I'm surprised. I was like, okay, third support act, so Limp Bizkit must be coming on because it's getting roughly about, I think at this point, she was on. Let me have a look-sees, because I think I took a photo of, actually, I think I took a video. Oh, excuse me. I know that's the no face guy. Oh, Fred Durst came on stage to do like a little bit of thing on this, on like the synth. He came out in a massive coat. It was hilarious. 8:20 they were on stage, and probably came off stage maybe. Ooh, I'm trying to think. Oh, must have been. I took them at the same time. What? Oh, they were on stage, Eka Vandel, at 8:07. Videos took 6 minutes past. Oh, wow. Sorry, yeah, Eka Vandel came on at, by the looks, maybe like 8 o'clock, 8:05. So they were off stage by 25 to 9. And I was like, well, Limp Bizkit surely must be on. But I checked the set list for Glasgow, and it said that they came on at 20 to 10. And I was like, oh, damn. So I was like, oh, there's going to be a massive wait, isn't it? And I didn't realise there was another support on, and they were not really my cup of tea. They were like a rap band, like a called. So you had Riff Raff and Bones. Riff Raff. I've put Tiff Raff in on Google. Oh, that's hilarious. No, not the film. Gordon Bennett. So yeah, it's him. So Riff Raff he's an American rapper from Katy, Texas. He was originally managed by Swisher House and co-founded OG Ron C in 2011. Whoa. After initially signing with rapper Soulja Boy's record label, Stacks on Deck Entertainment. Damn. God damn. Okay, so he was actually pretty big. To be honest, his voice, and when he was rapping, sounded quite um not no not non I was gonna say noticeable. Like, you heard his music before. His voice sounded familiar. That's what it was for. That's what it sounded like. It was in the film The Sonic the Hedgehog himself, but his scenes got deleted. That's a shame. From G's to Gents in 2009. Oh my god. Of course, it's MTV. Hilarious. Got quite a lot of albums out. His discography. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. No, is that one for every album? No, it's not. Apart from. Yeah, 11. 11. And then Bones was the guy. Bones. An American rapper and songwriter. That definitely isn't him. Well, who was Riff Raff the guy behind? Who was the sorry, but who was the big black guy then? Because Bones, I recognise. I don't recognise Riff Raff. Who are the? I want. Hang on. Let me see if he's got a Here we go. Instagram. Um. No. Sorry, guys. I'm a bit confuggled. So who was the other? So because there was the Bones guy who was rapping with the long hair. That's I could see him now, but there was the riffraff guy. Doesn't look like the black dude, and you could tell because he's quite big. Sorry to shit on him, but so it's kind of weird. Where is he? He might have been called someone else maybe because they always have like a hype guy, don't they, and stuff on stage. But yeah, so Bones is called. Oh my god, what a name! Elmo Kennedy O'Connor, known professionally as Bones, is an American singer and songwriter from Howell, Michigan. He is also the founder of the music collective Team Sesh. O'Connor is known for his pioneering work in subgenres of hip hop referred to as emo rap and trap metal. Yeah, I mean, you could hear that a little bit because it was actually kind of you could sort of like bop to it, and even though I was like, yeah, I can't listen to these guys for half hour because I was ready to kind of move on. Let me have a look if there's any peeps around him. Oh my good god, there's a lot. Is that studio albums? Holy mother of god, that's a lot of studio albums. God damn. Tell you what, he's had a music career. Jeez, that's a lot. He's been active for 15 years, and he's done an awful lot. Oh, he's married. Oh, that's nice. That's all right. That's good. Oh, oh, okay. That's the dude. Sorry. At the age of 7, a few years later, he met fellow artists Xavier Wolf, Travis, and Eddie Baker. Hang on, let me have a no. Eddie Baker looks like the guy. Yeah, that looks like the guy that was on stage with them. And Xavier, no, Chris Travis looks like yeah, the guy on the decks. I'd, it's, yeah. Even though, sorry, I don't really know why I've spent so long trying to find out who everyone was. But yeah, they were okay. Sort of, not really my cup of tea. So yeah. Anyway, let's get down to what we're all here for, and that is Limp Biscuit. So came on stage roughly at like 20, I think just before 20 to 20 to 10, and did the main set. They sort of did come on for an encore, which sorry, nearly knocked over the mic. He did come on for an encore, which because they went off because when they came on stage, the timer went to like 68 minutes or something on stage. So like that, so they're only going to be on stage for an hour and 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, and then the time set to like 20 minutes after when they came on, and I was like, that's the curfew time. I get you. So yeah, it was 60. It was 65 minutes if I saw on the clock, if I remember. Um, so it feels like they played because they didn't give out set lists, so it was kind of hard to kind of get a set list because when I originally was like, oh, I'll do this day, um, to record it on a day previously, it was incomplete. But I feel like it's pretty much done. So before we speak about the set list, I think it was an awesome show. I was surprised it was a great show. I thought, I thought, to be honest, I expected a tiny bit more. I would say, if I'm being honest, but you did have four other guys on stage, so I think I think he was on stage for the right amount of time because you had 2 hours of other music just previously. So I think it was a sweet spot, but if I'm being honest, another 10 minutes wouldn't have hurt. You know what I mean? But like a few more songs, because especially if you are like a massive fan, I was like, yo, I want to go see Limp Bizkit. I want to like bang my head to break stuff, and yeah, and the thing is, I only know like obviously significant other. You've got obviously break stuff, and that's the only one that I knew from that album. The rest of them, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water, that's the only album I know. Back in the day, Kerrang, you had like Keep on Rolling, you had Ben Stiller roll up in his what looked like a Rolls, I think. Hang on, hang on a minute. I wanna just go check that. I wanna go check that. Was it a Rolls? Uh music video, here we go. Oh, rolls up outside of Valley Pot. No, that's it's a Bentley. Yeah, it was a Bentley convertible. You got Ben Stiller and then whoever that guy is with the sunglasses. Oh, I almost forgot to say about the red caps. Oh my good god, there was a load of people like in jorts or like really long jeans with a like a white tank top or just a white top and a red cap. Any red cap. Mainly the women, mainly the girls were wearing that type of stuff, and I was like, yo, I'm impressed. I think one person at the end was like trying to get a set list and was like, I've made this. Look at this. I've made this so good. Can I get a set list, please? Um, Try to get a pick. The guy next to me caught one, which I thought was a jammy get, but hey ho. um, so yeah, a lot of red caps when I was standing outside. That's what I was gonna say then, but then I got distracted and was talking about something else entirely, as you do. So, he did. So on the set list of things on here, you've got 14 songs, right? Technically, you got 13 because one of them's a repeat. Because I looked at the Hydro set list and it was like 11, 12 songs. I was like, man's going to be on for like an hour. And he was. There was actually some guy playing a song when he was coming on stage. I can't remember what it was. Obviously, it's not on the set list, which is a bit annoying because yeah. So it kicked off with a song from Significant Other called "Show Me What You Got." Got. Why do you have to? Yeah, I'm not gonna sing. Kicked in to break stuff. Normally, that's the show opener. Normally, because I think at the Hydro was the opener. Let's just get other compare them. Get other tabs up. Other tabs up from them. Three. So three are in. Yeah, there's like one or two songs that aren't in each of them. So hang on, let me have a look at the. Oh, oh, yeah, he played Counterfeit in Manchester. Damn. Oh, that's dead annoying. That is dead annoying. So it says on the Manchester one there's 15 songs, but yeah, he played. Yeah, they played Master of Puppets as well at Birmingham, a partial, maybe a verse. Um, if I if I remember, I can't remember now. He didn't play that one, or did he? I can never. I can't really remember because obviously sometimes. Oh, like the sound, as I was saying, the sound was like beating as well. Like it wasn't loud. It was just a lot of bass, and to be honest, it was great. That was, if I'm being honest, that was probably the best thing for the show to have bass and not like a load of other music. Oh, at the Wembley show, he played a song from Still Sucks, Dad Vibes. Pretty much played everything else. Um, what was the three arena, wasn't it? Hydro. Ah, right. Living it up, life in the fast lane. So, for the Birmingham show, let's go back to the Birmingham show, yeah? So, which, in my opinion, is probably the most complete set list. If I'm being honest, maybe there was a few snippets here and there, like Pantera's Walk isn't on here, and I remember it being played like like Living It Up, I think. Maybe around my generation, I can't remember. So, obviously, Break Stuff was the second song. Hot Dog was played. The Nookie, so you can take the cookie. Sorry, that was horrible. Full Nelson with a fan on stage, and apparently, um, the fan was another person that came on stage. I think at the Glasgow show or Dublin show, apparently, because he got after he went back in, he got picked up from the crowd, and then went back into the where he was obviously where he was in the crowd, and then they was like, "Oh, you want to come back on stage maybe before?" Because he was like, I think he must have said, "No, I want to get back into the watching from where I was, where you got me out, maybe." Because normally he's like, and Fred Durst said, "Get this guy whatever he wants." It was hilarious, and I was like, "Yep, he's gonna be in after the show. He's gonna be in the with the band with probably a few girls around." I don't, and I'm like, "Yep, he's definitely a groupie." But I think maybe like after like a few songs later, I think he went back, came out, and actually stood at like the back of the stage because you could see like some of the other guys that were on that were playing. You had a VIP section, if I'm not with. It looked like family and friends, to be honest. Like right at the side of the stage, and then obviously you had the other performers like to the corner back of the stage, the corner right of the stage, and that's where the fan stayed for the rest of the show, and probably shook hands with some of the other guys, some of the supports, because you could see Karen, Karen Dio, because obviously she had that green Brazilian top on her. So, and then Mr. Tom Cruise, take a look around, and then obviously rolling with two fans on stage, to do the dance. And I won't lie, they didn't do it justice. They didn't do it. I was like, what the hell they're like? They've got the little bits right, but they're doing the whole like wrist actions completely different. And I was like, I can do better than that. But yeah, never mind. I don't know what happened with them two. I think they may have gone back into the pit. Maybe I don't know. Um, I think they went to the side of the stage. I can't remember. No, they went back into the. I think they went back in. I think back into the audience. My Generation was played next, living it up, and then My Way was sort of like the final song of like the main set, and then came on to do an encore. Played two covers. Behind Blue Eyes, The Who. Everyone was singing along to it, and I was like, what is this song? I never got my head around it. People were singing it. And then they did like a rocky version of this song from George Michael called Faith. And I was like, it took me a while to like, what is this tune? It just didn't, it just didn't get in my head. I was like, and all you hear is like, you gotta have faith. And I was like, oh, George Michael, Faith. It just didn't compute in my brain that he was singing that song. Oh, apparently Careless Whispers was on tape, apparently. Played in the background. Pantera was also played, so was Master of Puppets, as like a little snippet, but it's not on here on the set list. And then kicked into Boiler, and then I think like a minute or two before, no, it was literally like there was a minute left on the timer, and they went past 11 p.m., which is curfew. They were like house lights up, kicked in to break stuff for the last time. It seems they do that because from previous sets, it's like break stuff is the first song they play and the last. And I was like, I mean, yeah, kind of sick. So that was Limp Bizkit set list. Might have been obviously a different ones. It would have been different. The AO Arena one. The song. So he played break stuff. Sorry, counterfeit. At the Manchester show. Played 1990 Mile. And Dad Vibes at that one. Who else? We'll have to go back to Dublin. What other songs did they play on that one? Oh, Rearranged was played at that show, and that was no other changes from that one, I don't think. And the Hydro. Yeah, no. No other changes on that one, apparently, but there was a note. Rearranged and dad vibes were printed on the set list, but were not performed. So that's a bit of a pisser, that is, isn't it? You know what I mean? They probably went up to at the Hydro. They were on at 9:45, so they obviously had to make a decision to not play those two songs. But to be honest, yeah, Party Up was played. I remember that there was a snippet of that as well on the. I can't remember how it goes now. I mean, if I remember, there was a oh, DJ Lethal did like a little solo on the decks, if I remember. Yeah. Well, it might have been for this one. It might have been for something else. But the Hydro show, DJ Lethal scratching Lethal Weapon. Hmm. That might have been it, to be honest. Whilst rolling, air raid vehicles on, whilst they were playing that. Hmm. So yeah, that was the first show. Anyway, so Limp Bizkit, yeah, they were awesome. They were really really good. I definitely go see them again. Um, I musically, I think they're like so good. Um, John Otto, John Otto, John Otto, take it to the Matthews Bridge. Boom, boom, bam, 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 bam. So yeah, so Fred's old, man. I think I took a picture of him. I think I took a picture. I know I took a picture of him. And man's afro is grey as anything. And he's got a grey beard as well. He's I don't know how old is he? Fred Durst. Freddie Durst. I'm just up from Jacksonville. um he's 54. 54. Damn. So yeah, obviously John Otto, Sam Rivers on bass, Mr. DJ Lethal on the DJ decks, and of course Mr. Wes Borland. Damn, damn. Yeah, I might just cut that out. That was horrible. So yeah, they were formed in '94. Jeez, 31 years ago. So that would have made him 23. So yeah, Frederick Allen Maine the Third, also known as William Frederick Durst. I mean, where does the word Durst come from? You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, he's kind of like mellowed out, I suppose, now over the last few years. Man's had so many feuds with everyone, hasn't he? You know, Slipknot, uh, Can't remember anyone else. Anyway, so yeah, it's great to see. Well, it's to be honest, it's great to see Limp Bizkit back because they originally broke up, if I'm not mistaken. But this was like early 2000s, like 2006, 7. So yeah, but yeah, uh, Kerrang have said Manchester Kerrang.com have said you don't need to ask directions to find Limp Bizkit's show this evening. Simply follow the legion of red baseball caps snaking towards the AO Arena because for one night, Manchester's home to Loserville. Population over 20,000 fans, 5 bands, and 46 Fs in one F'd up rhyme. Kerrang. So the words from James McKinnon. Well done. Well done. Some good photos as well. Some good photos. Yeah. Really good. Mm. So yeah. Oh, I thought Kerrang were gonna have something great to say. I like it. Set a curfew defining second bout. To be honest, the crowd could have been a whole lot better. I feel like apparently there was a load of mosh pits, but to be honest, whilst I was at the barrier, I didn't feel no like pushing. There wasn't a lot of movement. Um, but yeah, so and I've seen like videos of like crowd shots of when break stuff's playing, and the whole or the standing bit, everyone's going nuts. I think I saw the Manchester one and the Wembley one, um, so of break stuff, and I was like, oh my good god, that was. I To be honest, I'd love to see like a little crowd shot of the Birmingham show, the one I was at, because to be honest, there was a few people going over, but not a lot. I was expecting a whole lot more. Um, there was more of the unit 6 gig people going over, a lot more, and that place held like um a tenth of what. No, probably about no, probably. Hang on, trying to 1,000 to what? 12,000 people, 14,000 people in Birmingham. So 15% of what that arena holds in that small O2 Academy in Leicester. As I said, more people were going over. But I suppose because we were like quite close to the corner, there were probably more people going off on the other far side because there was a load of people going in the middle I could see, but probably not on the far right hand side from my right. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little review of Limp Bizkit Loserville. I was like, yeah, it's not going to be like hopefully they mainly just plays the hits, which this is what I'm saying. This is why I thought, well, they're going to play the hits, and that's fine. But at least play some tunes that people don't. But they obviously they did for the Wembley show. They played 3 albums instead of just 2. A lot of the times I think I've just seen set lists and they've just played one. Apart from obviously break stuff from significant other, but hey ho, can't Fred Durst does what he wants to do, and they do what they want to do. I don't blame them. You know, to be honest, I'd love to see. They might have been on a lineup somewhere all together. Mudvayne, Limp Bizkit, Korn, System of a Down, Linkin Park, all on a set list together, on a lineup together. That would be awesome. Imagine that. Holy Mother of God. But anyway, you'll probably see Korn if you're going to Sonic Temple in Columbus, Ohio, at the historic Crew Stadium. Two unique sets for Metallica. You have got 4 days. You got Korn, Linkin Park, and Metallica. And obviously, there's probably another person plus 100 other bands. There you go. That's what it says. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your week wherever you are. I'm off to go see the Wombats in just under 12 hours. 12 hours. 12 hours. So yeah. Oh, you know what I should have said at the start? I should have said, let's take this back to 1999. Because that's what Mr. Fred Durst says, doesn't he? Let's take this mother back to 1999. Yeah. So, oh, how do I outro? How do I outro this one? I'm gonna break your effing face tonight. Give me something to break.